All right,
Morning, man.
what is up, guys? We are live. I'm here with Crypto Bullzone, also known as Josh, and Lanicor, two amazing professional analysts that are in my Aldo Empire VIP Discord. Always putting some amazing TA and trades. So check both of them out in the Discord. Link down below. Smash the like button if you guys enjoyed the stream. We're going to be going over some great TA right now. So, what's up, guys? Great to have you back on.
Hey, man. Good to be back.
Yep, good to be back. It was a long time since the last one, so let's get
Yeah.
it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So obviously, I mean, you guys, let me share my screen with you guys right now on the Zoom. Let me just share. Okay. Back to meeting here. I'm going to share my screen so you guys could see it. And yeah, so I'll kind of go over what I think, could kind of happen pretty soon here. And then you guys can, I'll turn that off. And so obviously, we're hitting this point. You guys can see it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we're hitting kind of this point right here. Either you're kind of in this channel, you're breaking up out of this volume area high right now, which would give us, the way I do it, this is some people would price this as nonsense, but usually when you break out of a parallel channel volume area or volume profile, tail and target would be around 30 low 31s. So kind of looking like we could get there in the short term. However, if you do look at this, we're almost forming a head and shoulders or a diamond pattern. If you break down from there, you're going back to maybe the point of control right there. And then the thing I liked that was interesting that I was looking a little bit at is if you look at this little trigger wave right here, look at what happened there. And the same one was right there. So if we do that, that'd bring you right up to that kind of area. So that would coincide with the bullish case right there. And then the last thing I'll show you
Is that a
guys.
spider line? Oh yeah, that's a spider line.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Last thing I'll show you guys, green dot on the 10 hour. I mean, if we come up higher before you get a bear div on the 10 hour, the 12 hour, 12 hours about to print a green dot, that would easily be the case to come up to that point. Money flow is still decently strong on the 6 hour, and you had that trigger wave. So for those reasons, I would lean a little bit more for the bullish case. Last but not least, I mean the weekly I believe still has or confirmed a green dot. Money flow coming up. The 6 day or actually 5 day trigger wave. So I mean macro things are definitely supporting what Crypto Face was talking about potentially. 37K, 38K those areas. So yeah.
Yeah. There's a big, like I'll say an average $33,000 level that we need a breakthrough first. I feel, and then I posted in the Discord. It was just previous support wicks from I can't even remember when. I would have to share the screen, but
Yeah, how about you do that if you want?
let's do it.
Yeah.
Are you able to see it?
Yeah, yeah. I got you.
Let
Actually,
me let me go a higher time frame here. Wait a minute. I'm looking at what I was looking at for like our next test would be I think these two wicks are important. You can see these ribbons here. This green one is the 200 EMA on our
okay.
4 day chart, yeah. So that was support, and just like these wicks here, that's kind of like our these wicks have been our current resistance, now possibly turning into support. I feel like these wicks here, and it's happened a lot in the past where big high time frame wicks become a very strong area of resistance or support. Right now, we'll call it resistance, and this is around 33.2K, and then the higher one after that is about 34.3. So between 33 and about 34, this area becomes maybe a short if we get there, if we're diverging, bearishly diverging there. Um, but yeah, I mean, the way if you start looking at like the 5 day, this trigger wave, yeah, this could easily break into um 38,000, 40,000 Bitcoin. I would say though, again, this area, these wicks here, and that's kind of what I'm looking at. This 30 around $33,000 level is where I'm looking to find a strong resistance. Obviously, nothing just burst. Only Bitcoin Cash just does that, right?
Yeah, I think when
Yep,
that's
yep.
when that's over is when this rally is over, when Bitcoin Cash ends. So
Yeah, exactly. So, um, and we're reaching a spider line here, which is around 32.2 I have. So, you know, it's kind of hard to trade right now. I'll agree. All I have is a Bitcoin long in. I was in the red for a couple days, and then I don't know when I put that long in. It was probably a couple days ago. Um, Now I'm barely in the green, so I think I got a $30,500 price. That's my average price, and I'm kind of looking for like crypto face says a lot when we're in a strong uptrend or even downtrend. You'll get a lot of green and you'll dip in the red. So I'm hoping this probably brings us up into the green a little bit, um, at
yeah,
least to possibly break these highs or at least match them, and we'll start taking out some profits right around these local highs here. So for Bitcoin, that's what I'm seeing, man. It's just a game of patience right now. The 4 hour momentum wave is let's see here. We crossed over. I would like to see this momentum wave at least reach these 60 threshold lines.
yeah.
You know, at least get close to that before I start considering to possibly take profits or get out of my long. We'll see. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, I mean that's a good with the momentum wave. Yeah, like then kind of the next red dot in the 4 hour may like mark kind of a top, and that could even become kind of a trigger wave if we do reject from where we are right now. But yeah, 100%, man. It is a little bit hard to read at the moment. Anything else you're looking at?
Not for now. I mean, Bitcoin Cash. I should have went in at like $90. What was it?
Yeah, I mean that's yeah, that's like that I'm looking at like kind of it looks like it could come up higher. I mean, it looks like if you wanted to get that screen up for a second, Bitcoin Cash, if you got anything on that, that looks like it could come up a little bit higher. Um, yeah, that's our point right there. So if you go like the four, yeah, 4 hour is ooh, we're getting a red dot there. That's a little
Mm.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I
I
do
mean,
think
that's a
it's got
bear
a
div. That's a
yeah.
bear div with extremely large money flow. So this 21 EMA has been a pretty good area of like support so far. So if we get around there, that would be around 207, maybe 208, something like that, which would be these highs, the candle close highs.
Which one's the 200 EMA?
This green one.
Okay, well, that's pretty
Yeah.
far off.
Yeah, for the 4 hour, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, that's what I saw. I wasn't watching Bitcoin Cash until Evan mentioned it. I don't know when I had seen him mention that, but I looked at
Last
it.
night,
I
yeah.
saw, yeah, I saw this, and I'm like, oh my god. It didn't even like. I don't see no bullish divergence. This is an ugly wave.
No, it was all from the hedge fund thing. It's all because that's one of the ones that's like considered not a security or whatever.
Yeah,
Um, it's supposed to be a little bit better technology than Bitcoin in terms of like transaction fees or whatnot, but other than that, there's nothing there. Um,
right.
I think it's kind of decentralized, or it could be fully decentralized. I mean, I don't know. It's probably got a long history. I don't know when that came out, but yeah.
Bitcoin Cash,
Yeah, do you
I
know,
think it was,
Lanny?
no, I don't know. I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, uh, when they had forked, it went to BSV and BCH, but Bitcoin Cash, I don't know. I think it was 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay, so not that. So before the last bull run, essentially like
Yeah, I think so.
2016.
But then
So
it forked into like two different Bitcoin caches, and uh, then it was BSV and BCH. And I don't even know if BSV is actually available anywhere, but yeah, can't say for certain.
mm,
See
gotcha.
this? I was watching this on Litecoin, a little shoulder, head, and shoulder. I mean, we had a inverse head and shoulders here.
Oh yeah.
No, I think a lot of coins were showing this pattern on but now like a more macro look at it, I'm seeing a shoulder. So that was something I saw, but there's not a lot of price action really above that recently.
Hmm. What do you think of for Litecoin? I think it's gonna just keep bleeding against Bitcoin regardless of what happens here, but it just always fails to usually be the outlier or the oscillator or whatever. It just keeps dying against Bitcoin. I mean, I think you're coming into the or did the halvening already happen for Litecoin? I think it did, right? Or
Oh yeah, I don't keep up with Litecoin like that, but ever since Charlie sold all his coins back in I think 2017, it just never recovered. It
yeah,
never
he
even made
sold the
it.
top. Yeah, go ahead, Lenny.
Right.
Yeah, what was it, $300, 350?
He
I
saw,
think
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
Oh yeah.
that the trigger wave though on the weekly looks. I didn't even know that's a good find. I didn't even notice that trigger wave on the weekly.
RSI is kind of this one's aiming up here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does look pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah, if it does come up, there's some room to at least right here. These
Yeah, if it
yeah.
breaks, if it goes above
130.
$100, I think yeah, it looks pretty good if it breaks that resistance.
That's like the
Right.
only time frame that's bullish though. Other than that, it's more like it's not as
Yeah, you go to a daily,
yeah. It's there's nothing too
nothing really there to probably coming down a little bit.
yeah. There's nothing too spectacular other than that. I think Litecoin's down like 90 something percent since Bitcoin over since 2015 or whenever. Oh yeah, that's yeah, parallel
Down right
channel. Yeah,
there.
you break down or break up.
Yeah. It'll probably break down in the shorter term. I don't know, but that weekly has a nice little trigger, so
Yeah, it's conflicting.
like
I mean,
that.
it's
Yeah.
yeah. Usually when it's like real conflicting, it usually goes sideways for a bit, which could absolutely happen here. That 6 hour ain't bad. That's like how it is on Bitcoin too. Is trigger waves usually bring you up a little bit at least.
Money flow coming up, trigger wave, but VWAP's coming down. A little mixed feelings. Nothing's really too conclusive at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the 6 hour can take like another 2 days to play out, so
Oh, easy,
no,
yeah.
We
it's
could
gonna
be yeah,
happen.
we could be range bound. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, we could just be raging for the next 2 days or a couple of days. I mean, because the 6 hour can take like 2 days or even 3 days to start actually playing out. So you can have a lot of wicks during that time. So
Mm.
don't really know.
Right. You guys got anything to share? I'm
Yeah,
guess
I can
Lanny,
share
how
my
about you?
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I can share my screen because I can see we're all pretty bullish on Bitcoin. So why the hell not?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we actually took a nice ape long this morning. If
Oh
anybody
yeah,
was
nice.
awake, and I'm awake, so that
Oh
was pretty
yeah.
nice. But yeah, with Bitcoin, I mean, I think we're pretty much looking at the same thing. I mean, we currently have this support at 30K. Seems to hold up for now. I mean, seems to be holding up for the last couple of days, so that's pretty nice and bullish. And right now, we're in the middle of the current channel, and I don't see any particular indications either for a breakdown or for a breakup. So until we see, from my opinion, until we break this 31K resistance, I don't see anything in particular happening because we're just rejecting off of this rejection. So until we close this as support, we could just be going sideways for now.
Yeah.
Or if we break down below 30K again, it can be a long summer. It's gonna be a long summer below 30K again.
Maybe,
DCA,
yeah, maybe. We'll see.
But
DCA.
yeah,
I think we're all kind of turning our bull indicators at the end of the year. That's kind of like the the projection I have is like November, December, a few months before the halving is when I think things really start to have more confluence.
when is the halving actually? Is it April, May?
I
I
think
don't
it's
even know.
April, yeah.
It's in April next year. Yeah, that's a long time.
It could be in
Still a
March,
lot.
I think. We don't know the exact. It's around March or April, I think.
But yeah, I mean, if you look at the weekly looks very nice, actually. I mean, you got this bounce off of the 200 EMA, and it's currently in the big make or break point. This could actually, if it's got potential, if it's got that bullish strength, yeah, it can easily go to like, what, 34K?
Yeah, Lanicor, how about you measure from the top from like 31K down to your dotted line there, and then put that like from,
This one?
yeah, like that 18% or whatever. That would be like, where would that be if we pumped another 18%? I think that would be your 37K or whatever.
Yeah, so another 80%. That's
Yeah, 36, 30, yeah.
yeah, yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, 25K seems to be the biggest support right now. So as long as we stay above this weekly EMA, we're bullish. But it can take time. It's gonna take a whole lot of time. I mean, when you look at this weekly, how long did this take before it started popping back up? This was like what, 56 days, 2 months,
Yeah.
It was a rough
bunch of
56 days.
rough 56 days, and then it just got a sudden spike. In 2 days, we go up like 5,000K. So yeah,
Yeah.
what
It
can
took
you do?
it took like 8 candles to come down and then two to just right back up.
That's crypto.
That's crypto for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you're looking at, Lanny, or is that it?
Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, because we got nothing much to say until we break 31K, it is what it is. Right now, we're just going sideways. We're in the middle of this current channel. If we break down below 30K, like I said, another painful couple of months, painful couple of weeks again. But if we come above 31K, I think we're pretty much, but I'm not saying anything certain, but I think we're pretty much good to go for maybe 33 or 34K easily. But if we stay above this 30K range.
So what's the number for you where if we lose it, it's bad? What's the number, like 29.9 or something?
I
Or
would
is it?
say to be, I mean, unless you count wicks, but if you get a confirmed resistance of 30K, if you see we come down, reject off of 30K, and then maybe go down to 25, 29, 30, 29, 300, yeah, that's when I would say
That's That's a
somewhere around
good.
that area. 28, 28, 500, more than confirmed. So around
Yeah,
that
that's a good. Yeah, I would agree. So some people in the chat are asking like, when everybody wants to know, when's the time to get into altcoins? When should we buy these fabulous altcoins that are, down? Let's look at Cardano. How much Cardano is down from its all-time high right now? Let's see oh wait, what's going on here? Oh, I'm on the There we go. That's a
They're talking as an investment type of
Cardano.
It's down
Well,
90%. When should we get into altcoins in general, like Cardano, AVAX, the big boys, Chainlink, Cosmos? Any
well,
ideas
my
for that?
opinion for
I
Cardano,
think it's pretty simple. Buying the red, right? You look at if they're talking like a larger time frame for someone who's trying to get into altcoins, as an investment type of position, not a leverage trade type position. I'm assuming we're talking like
Yeah,
investment.
like to buy and then like sell in the bull run, like when it goes parabolic.
Right. You know, in a few years from now, in a year from now, we're gonna look back at today, and it's gonna be hindsight that we're gonna look back and be like, wow, I should have bought when Cardano or these altcoins were, when the money flow was in the red, when the weekly was in the red. Wow, look, we're in the red right now. I would say, for me, I would say it's good to start at least DCAing into these coins, you know,
Yeah.
because eventually in a year from now, 6 months from now, this weekly red money flow that you have will probably be in the green, and you're going to wish you had bought when it was in the red. So that's my little short answer to that. Um, and then we kind of do see a little bull div forming on this Cardano weekly. I mean, it hasn't confirmed or anything yet, but maybe we double bottom there. Maybe we come down a little lower to make an actual true bull div. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. If we were to do
so
something like that or whatever.
yeah, but
What?
it doesn't.
Go ahead.
For me, it doesn't hurt to. It doesn't hurt to start buying into these coins now. A little bit DCAing into it though. That's just what I do. Usually when I win when I win a good trade, I'll usually I have a trading account and I have a HODL account. So I'll usually donate some of my my leverage trades to my HODL account, and so that's kind of what I do um,
Mm.
for long term investment basis.
Yeah, the thing that I've been in terms of altcoins, the thing that I've been really keeping my eye on was this is total two versus Bitcoin, which is one of the charts that's useful to look at. And total two is everything without Bitcoin, Ethereum, or without Bitcoin, excuse me. It's Ethereum. It's basically all the altcoins. And I think it does include stablecoins, but for our purposes, that doesn't really matter. Right here is where most of the altcoins bottomed out against Bitcoin last time when this Heiken Ashi candle turned green on the 2 week. We haven't seen that yet, which is why I'm kind of waiting a little bit. And I think we could continue kind of downward in terms of alts bleeding against Bitcoin for the next few months here. Now, my strategy is just go heavy Bitcoin right now, like DCA. Like I've been DCAing Bitcoin for a while now, and I have a lot of freaking Bitcoin. I don't have too much ETH or anything else, but I'm planning on converting, a lot of that over to like ETH altcoins. But the time that I'm gonna try to do it is when Bitcoin dominance goes up a bit higher, and when ETH, if we look at ETH Bitcoin, it just keeps bleeding against Bitcoin. We could break down here, you'd have some technical target down here. Theoretically, we could bleed another 40%, and Bitcoin doesn't really even have to go under like 22K for that to happen, based on what we're seeing. I mean, this has bled against Bitcoin since August, so that's what I'm looking at. But that's more if you want to convert Bitcoin into some of these alts when the time is right. Um, Also, Bitcoin dominance has broken out. This was actually also a Wyckoff accumulation. Bitcoin dominance is going to the moon right here. If you look at this weekly, looks like we got a little bit more room. Maybe this bear div could be, if we come up here, get this bear div, that could be the time. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at. How about you, Lanicor? What do you think about buying alts now?
Well, when it comes to Cardano, I think you can't go wrong with buying at these prices
Can't
if
go
you're
wrong.
looking at the
Okay.
long-term investment point. But with altcoins, it's sketch. I mean, we look at something like Ripple when it was like, what was it high? $3, 250,
Oh yeah.
and it hasn't even came close to like $1, even at the previous bull run. I don't know what was it, the previous bull run.
You're talking about
But
April 21. It came up to $2.
when Bitcoin was at 60K, I don't know what was the price of Ripple
It
back
came
then.
up to almost $2, yeah. But its previous all-time
No,
high was 3.5, was $3.50.
it came up to $2 when Bitcoin was at
It came
60K.
up to $2 for a minute, and then it immediately
Oh, okay.
crashed
Okay.
15%, 50, 70%, and never came never came back.
Right, right. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to altcoins, if you want to look at altcoins, I mean, when you look at the majority and when you look at these prices, I mean, you really can't go wrong if you look at the long-term investment. But of course, you always gotta know what you're buying. What kind of altcoins are you actually buying? Are you buying the top 10, the top 50, the top 100? Or are you just going by the meme coins and just buying on Uniswap or whatever? So yeah, always be sure and always know what you're buying.
Guys, just to be careful, so you guys know, I mean, XRP bled 93% against Bitcoin since January of 2018. Or almost 94%.
Right, and it hasn't recovered since then, so
Yeah.
I mean, Cardano could be similar, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's happening with Cardano right now. Or
What?
Shiba in that case, or Dogecoin. I mean, I mean, all of these coins. So
AVAX is the main. Like, I'm not buying all coins, but if I were to mess with one, AVAX I like because you're hitting. Look at this like major point you're hitting right here, and you do have a real bullish div here. It's a longer one, but you do have a real bullish div. That one actually could have bottomed out, but it wouldn't surprise me. I know this is kind of Armageddon. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if you do make a lower low in like September, October, around $7-8 or something.
well, what about ApeCoin on the weekly? You got a nice green dot there.
Let's look at ApeCoin. I don't pay attention to ApeCoin too much. That's not a bullish div though. Not a bullish div, and you're not
No, it's
hitting
not.
historical support. ApeCoin it's not really. Is it a meme coin, Lanny, or is it a real
Not
like?
really a meme coin. I mean, it's got some fundamentals behind. I mean, you got the NFTs, you got the bored apes,
There are Lanicors.
It's kind of legit, I think. I mean,
So
it's
would
not-
you think ApeCoin is a good buy right now with this green dot in the weekly?
Well, if you go by the previous highs, I mean, yeah. I mean,
It's down
It's never
92%.
been that
Okay.
low. It's there's no charted areas that at these prices. So
Well, what
I
do you think the odds are ApeCoin goes to zero? That's what I want to know.
It's not gonna go to zero. I mean,
No?
how many coins have went to zero, except for Luna?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, zero, I mean, like, not coming back anywhere close to a new all-time high. I mean,
Well-
like, just doing something like this into 2025. Maybe just coming back to $5 and then, you know,
Right.
doing like a little bit like Potcoin did. You guys remember Potcoin? Like,
Poop coin, pop coin?
no, Potcoin, the marijuana one.
Pot. No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check
See, like this is what I'm afraid of for some of these because you still were down 90% from your previous all-time high. This could be a good buy right here. I'm joking, guys. This went to zero, but this could be. It has a market cap of 500K, but
500K.
I mean, it's still got volatility, so that's good.
yeah, I don't think it's on really any exchange. Is BitREX even a real exchange anymore? I mean, I've never heard of like
Never
T-Rex,
heard of
BitREX.
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
Oh, Bitrex, yeah,
Oh,
but I never
Bitrex.
used it. No.
Is it a legit exchange, Lanny, or?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I saw a couple of tickers on Bitrex, but I never used it. So, I mean, I never checked it out. But I saw a lot of coins around there.
All right, so if I had to ask you guys, you know, Dogecoin, Pepe, Shiba, or ApeCoin, out of those four, ApeCoin is like the best in terms of fundamentals?
Well, I mean, well, Dogecoin is pretty much Elon's pet project, but when you see Elon tweet about Dogecoin, I mean, it doesn't have the staying power like it used to, right? I mean, you got a tweet from Elon and Dogecoin like pumped like crazy. Now you get a tweet from Elon about Dogecoin and it pumps and dumps.
When's
Right.
the last time you tweeted about Dogecoin?
I don't know, but every time I
The
saw a
last
tweet
one was he said it in freaking DeSantis's like announcement. DeSantis was talking about like Bitcoin or whatever, and Elon's like, you forgot to mention Dogecoin. It did nothing.
yeah.
Somebody says
So-
BitREX closed down about a month ago.
Oh, that's good.
So I guess bummer we can't buy Potcoin anymore.
Ah, shit.
I remember, you know how I knew about Potcoin? Because Dennis Rodham, the one that went to the basketball player that went to North Korea, he was wearing a Potcoin shirt when he went to North Korea. That's how I remember it.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, when he went to he was wearing the pot. I think it pumped the price up a little bit. That was in the bear market. It didn't do much though, but it still went to zero. I think
Yeah, he was wearing the hat, right?
yeah, he probably was just trying to pump and dump it, honestly, or whatever. I think it was just a pump and dump because if he still held it or whatever, it'd probably have a market cap larger than 500K right now, which is pretty funny. There's a lot of those. I mean, there was barbecue token too back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember that one, BBQ.
No.
Let's see if I can find
Never heard of
BBQ. Yeah, it's still okay. Oh, this is price. Somebody's trying to remake it or something. Okay, it's not. It's completely off of the thing. But BBQ was a thing back in like 2013 or something. I think it came out when Doge came out or whatever. Shiba made lower lows though. Let's see here. Shiba Inu on the weekly mid. So some of these did. That does look like. What do you guys think for Shiba? You think this is the bottom for this based on this chart? I mean, it's weekly bullish div. This ain't looking half bad. I mean,
That looks good.
yeah, in terms of like, I mean,
That's sick.
that's a bull div confirmed. You see this, Lanicor?
More just a sec.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looks similar to Ape. I mean, a lot of these coins look pretty good in the weekly. A lot of green dots.
The
But
main
like I
issue
said-
is though, you got this head and shoulders, and if you break down from that, your technical target is down another. Oh boy, that's down another 90%.
Yeah.
That's bankrupt.
Anyway,
mean,
sorry to
when you
interrupt.
high, I mean, when you look at all these highs, where were all the high points for all these altcoins? It's pretty much everybody's is like 1,000% away. I mean, Shiba's 1,000%, Doge, I think it's 1,000%, Ape is 1,000%. A lot of these altcoins, yeah, 1,000% away from their all-time highs. So
Yeah, I think when something's down 90%, it would be a thought. Yeah, that's how it would work. When something's down 98%, it would even be crazier. I'm just trying. What would it be from 98%? Because that's what Cardano went down the last bear market and came back. Let me take a
Right.
mental like note of that. Let's see. Wow. So if it's a 60x or a 55x, if it goes down that far, wow. I don't know, guys, if there's really a place for Shiba, honestly, because like I feel like the old version of Shiba was kind of like Potcoin, and like I don't know if there's like, I mean, maybe there is, but I don't know. I mean, Pepe probably could go to zero, is because Pepe's even less like less utility than this thing is
yeah,
trying
the
to.
utility can still come. I mean, if there's still a lot of market cap behind it, I mean, the developers can still make some utility from it. I mean, that's what happened with Shiba, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it started like a meme coin, it started like a joke, but then they made a utility from it. I think there's like a game on the App Store, and the Bones, or what, I don't know what they even have in the pipelines. Or, oh yeah, they got a metaverse coming up. That's right, for Shiba Inu.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, Pepe's not looking terrible, although you got a trend reversal right there. Yeah, I mean, it could come up a bit more as if Bitcoin keeps going, but I think Bitcoin's really not many of these are going to outperform Bitcoin in the short term in this rally. I think we're going to have to wait at least a few months before some of these, the majority of altcoins really start to outperform Bitcoin. That's the main thing I think here. But yeah.
Does
Oh, yeah.
ETH go to 600? So I read in the chat.
Somebody asked that. So I don't think, let me ask you guys about that. What do you think the odds are ETH makes a lower low or makes a double bottom?
I think it's too early to tell.
But yeah, I gotta say, I have to be leaving soon because, yeah, I have to leave you guys. I got a couple
Oh,
of things
okay.
to do.
I'll see you, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah,
All
thanks
right,
for
man.
coming on, man.
Thanks for the stream, man. Talk
Yeah,
to you
everyone,
later.
man.
All right.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Wait.
Yeah, what were you saying about you think it's too early to tell if ETH makes a
I
lower?
think it's too early to tell. There's just how much percentage away are we from 600 currently? It's like
We're 70% away.
yeah.
68%, yeah.
Do we really go down 70%?
Not too likely.
I don't see it anymore. I did see it,
Yeah,
some months ago, but
because
I'm kind of leaning towards maybe we saw the bottom.
yeah, if this goes good, or
I don't know. I'm watching what you're
Yeah, I'm trying to just like look at just the so I mean if we compare it to kind of if we compare it to over here, I mean he came up and then if we do something of this nature, see how this
Yeah,
came, money flow
yeah,
is coming up. But even if it's just like, even if it's just like there to there, I mean I don't think that's bringing you 600. No, that's like 800 something.
yeah.
Um I think you can make a lower low theoretically, especially if this plays out. If all right, let's say if ETH dumps another 40% against Bitcoin. Let's say it dumps another 40% against Bitcoin. This is going to get a little complicated. I don't know if I could do this right, but let's say Bitcoin goes down at some point back to, let's say Bitcoin goes down 20K again. That's
Right.
30%. And if if ETH dumps another 40%, where would that, what's 40% added to 30%? I don't think it's not 70%. There would be some type of, I forget how to do the math on
Yeah.
this. You know what I'm trying to do, right?
It's almost another 50% of 30, so you could almost say it's like 45%
It would be
almost.
45, you
So
think?
not, that's probably a little more than it, but it's probably like 42.
That'd be kind of a double bottom. Yeah, it would be $1,000. So
Yeah.
say ETH goes down to 1,000, Bitcoin goes down to 20K. That would still fulfill this prophecy, I think. I um, don't know the total thing, but yeah,
Yeah, it has to
go.
happen now. It has to happen before the halving because the halving is just
Yeah,
so bullish for these high market cap coins. So if it doesn't happen at the end of this year, then I don't think it's happening at all because then we got the Bitcoin halving, and then that changes a lot, as
here's
we
the
all
main case for it. That's 58% down from see blue triangle trend reversal, and the money flows at a similar area. This is the main case for it. Let's do it from there, 58% down. You still wouldn't be getting to 600, probably around 800. If you were as bad as here, counting the pandemic, yeah, so I'm thinking worst case scenario is like 600.
Oh yeah, we go to World War III or something, right?
Well, I don't know if we need it to be that bad. That might actually bring it up. But like maybe just cutthroat, like regulation, bad recession, depression type crap. I mean, that'd be January of 24. If we do go that low, I think ultimately, the DCA period for this is probably going to be somewhere August, September into, if you wanted an 8 month period, August, September into like April, and then you would still be, getting in at some good prices. Um, According to this chart, it looks like we could dump down farther, but I don't know.
I can see that, and it goes again with like it has to happen now. It has to happen at these last months of the year.
Yeah,
If it doesn't happen by the end of the year, then it's probably not going to happen unless you have some like COVID event. Or I probably shouldn't have said that, huh?
no,
But
it's all right. At this point, I don't think it matters. You could talk about whatever now, I think.
you know what I'm saying. So I think I don't know. We're at a very strange level of support or resistance right now because we were talking about these levels when Bitcoin first hit 40 grand, 50 grand, or when it hit 40 grand, it would come back. Remember when Bitcoin would hit like 38K and then come back to 30K and then 30, it did that. It kept
Like over
up
here, you're
and
talking
up.
about
And
like this in the run
uh,
up, or like 30. What was this? This was 20. This was 38, and then this was 30. Then this was 60. Then this was
so
30.
that's a weekly chart.
Yeah, it's on the week. I could zoom out a little bit. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
this was yeah the 42, and then he came back to 30. Then he went up to 50, 60. And then
I
yeah.
guess that little region, that little the few little red candles, right around 38K. If you take your cursor to the left, right,
Oh, over here. You talk or
right there. I
yeah.
remember that I remember when Bitcoin was just ranging between like 30, 32K. It was more like 32K to 38K, and that's kind of like we're hitting that area now. So
It's a big
and the,
area, bro. Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
and the fact that we just hit that area, it's still relatively new to all of us. I do think there could be, some we could come down,
yeah.
is
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. We can't just I don't think we break it on the first time and find it as support on the first break. That rarely happens.
Yeah, I mean that. Well, this is technically the second time, but it's still that double kind of top there. I mean, and then we would. But yeah, it's a good catch. Yeah, I wasn't even. I mean, I was looking at this, but I never like drew the line out. But it's a huge area. Yeah, price sticks to that area. It's
Yeah.
Some people are asking about. So somebody says that ETH is only gonna go up from here. No, not gonna go down. Well, I mean, unless we're going into a new bull run, maybe. But people have been saying that for a while. It hasn't happened yet. Let's
That
see.
ETH is gonna only go up from here.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's just no correction down. We're just straight up.
Then you might as well go all in on ETH, right?
Yeah, yeah. Just go out, get rich, man. Get loaded. Show us.
You- But yeah, man, I'm only in this Bitcoin long. I didn't get the best entry. I'm at 30.5. Let me see what my actual entry is. My actual entry is 30,518.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, that's the general area. Just looking at this now, I mean, money flow looks kind of good in the 22. We're gonna have to wait a little bit. I mean, 2 hour looks a little bit more bearish, but in terms of like the 6 and the 5, money flow still looks strong. Green dot in the 10, the 12. I mean, I think it's gonna take time to play out, but I think we're gonna come up from here. I mean, we could come down a bit first. You know, we could go down back to these areas, 30.3, 30.1, maybe then come up. I mean, we're just in that range.
Yeah,
So like we were
that's a
saying.
16 minute. Oh yeah, 16-minute looks a little
I'd
like
say it
it's
looks
weak.
okay. You know, it looks like it wants to kind of,
It's
form
fighting.
that maybe. Something like that, hopefully. I'm in the long too, so I mean,
Yeah, where's your take profits on
uh,
this?
I'm around here. I'm up at kind of these areas. Um,
31.4, 31.5.
yeah, yeah, around those areas, and then stop loss kind of below there. But we'll because that's kind of what Lanicor was saying. Like if we lose this, and this is like the low of the volume area, the local volume area. If we lose this, then it theoretically gets more bearish, and you would. I mean, you kind of have a technical target if you break down from here at. Let's take a look. See. Um, right about 29.2 if you break down from that. So at that point, you're rejecting from 30K. 30K is kind of a pipe dream, a little bit more of a pipe dream at that point.
Right.
Somebody wants us to
Yeah.
look at. Go ahead.
No,
Uh,
I'm just saying, I averaged into this Bitcoin long, so I'm gonna take some off the table at around even, which is we're not far away from that. Or actually, I'm in profit. Never mind.
I think I'm in. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I already took some out, to be honest. I didn't even realize. I
I,
wake up late, guys, so forgive me. I wake up at the time the stream started practically.
yeah, a little.
uh,
Well, it's earlier for you. It's almost 4 p.m. here on the East Coast, but
yeah, I go to bed late. You know, early for me would be like 2 a.m.
okay.
Late would be like 6, 7, 8 a.m. But last night I went to bed relatively early. I think I went to bed like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean it's good in the somebody commented in the chat that like you and Lanicor are like on totally different schedules than me because you guys are yeah, I'm awake when you guys are asleep a lot of times because I get up
Yeah,
like on the East Coast time like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. So and yeah, I'm waking up at like around noon most times, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So those of you that never see me in the Discord at like 9 a.m., you'll probably see me 9 a.m. or 9 a.m. That's because I'm probably going to bed around 9 a.m.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good, guys. By the way, we do it's me, Lanicor, and Crypto Bullzone. We do the premium Discord, which is a really really good trading community. We also do a little bit of long-term analysis too, and trade calls and signals, and exclusive TA by me, Crypto Bull Zone right here, and Lanicor. So check it out. Link down below if you guys are interested. There's also a free chat channel as well. So yeah, and somebody wanted us to look at Gala. Do you know anything about Gala?
You know, I don't pay attention. These are more landing
Yeah.
coins. Yeah, I don't
So
pay too much attention to those
it's a
coins.
good gaming. It's a good gaming. It's a good gaming token. It's got the bull div right there. What I think you might need for this to finally start like outperforming Bitcoin though is you might need another bull div in like August or September here. And I could see this coming down a little bit more, but the real question here is like when's this going to start outperforming Bitcoin, and it just keeps bleeding. I mean, this is maybe a good sign here. You do have the bull div. Yeah, you do have a bull div. I mean, this could be one of them that you could give a shot
Yeah,
here. Yeah, Avax, Gala, Dot, Crow, and Atom are the five that I kind of like how they look the most right now for like long term.
yeah.
But yeah, um, and shout out to Alif. He really likes the okay, Elgato. So these guys, they like you and Lanny's TA. Elgato Crypto. He likes the midnight charting, so he likes the late night charting.
Oh, the late night chart.
Yeah, late night charting like that. But yeah, it's Gala. I want to look at Gala ETH real quick here. Yeah, it's similar to ETH. That's interesting. ETH doesn't have a bull div, but you got the green dot in the weekly there. Yeah, I mean, I don't. That could be the bottom again. It's bled. Let's see how much this is bled against Ethereum. 90% against ETH. Let's see how much this is bled against Bitcoin. Because you got to think about it. Just imagine investing 100 grand into like this versus Bitcoin. You'd have so much 10x more money. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
92% down against Bitcoin. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't hodl those coins. Well, I haven't. I got my hodl bag. I think me and you both like VeChain, right? I think I remember you saying you got.
I don't own it right now, but I like Cosmos is one of my favorites. The ones that I actually hold is like Cosmos right now and a little bit of Cardano.
Yeah. I
Um,
kind of like the I like the VeChain chart,
I do
but
too, yeah.
could that be the head and shoulders too?
This
Pattern.
is double bottom. Um,
I'm looking more like
oh, you're looking at
the bigger picture, yeah.
oh, okay, what?
Head and shoulders on the candles, but
Oh,
like
like really
yeah,
freaking? Oh, like the oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like
Yeah, that would
real
be the
long.
case that we're going to zero probably. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not. That's not it's not the prettiest head and shoulders pattern, but
Yeah, that would be hard to recover if you were to come down. Let's see, 99.5%. I mean, any of these theoretically can go to zero. I don't think VeChain will. You do have almost kind of a weekly, bullish div right here. You're hitting a big point. It's just like, the question for me kind of is this going to start doing good against Bitcoin? It might. Yeah, you got a weekly
oh
bull
yeah,
div there on the weekly against, right there. So it might, man. Down. I mean,
yeah,
unless it goes to zero. I mean, down 90%. They're all down 90% against Bitcoin, but yeah.
yeah, yeah. I got some V chain, but we'll see. I like that weekly bull div.
Yeah. Somebody was asking about.
That'll take some months to play out probably.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Hopefully it will. I mean, let's see here. XMR, Monero right there. Head and shoulders. Now you're coming back up. Somebody's just talking about this pumped. I don't know if I like these blood diamonds, man. I don't know about this.
XLM just has pump like right now. Are you
I
there?
mean,
Or
in the last like week or two, let's see. Yeah,
oh,
yeah, it is pumping. Yeah, I think everything's pumping all of a sudden though. Let's see. No, no, it's not everything's pumping. Just XLM is pumping. Wonder why.
XLM and Bitcoin Cash. I keep
Yeah,
saying
I wonder. Well, I mean, everything came up, but yeah, this is coming. This is getting a little. Um, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you're still forming kind of that head and shoulders. I don't know if I would be overly bullish on this, but it's probably going to keep going if Bitcoin does. So Yeah, that four
Yeah,
hour man, that 4 hour looks bearish. Looks
that looks
overheated.
needs to cool off a little bit. Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
I'm on XMR, but that pump. Somebody was asking about Stellar. I don't even know. Stellar is a piece of garbage. I think. Do you know Stellar? Stellar is done. I think.
Yeah, yeah. I used to like it years ago, but I fell off that wagon years ago.
Yeah, it's been around a while. That's just not. Yeah, sometimes on these streams we just go through so many altcoins, but I mean, it's just it doesn't look bad. Yeah, I see why people are asking about. I mean, it's hitting that these big points here. You know what I mean?
Everything is, yeah,
Yeah,
everything's kind of
everything. It's hitting that big area. It's just like, I mean, I don't. It's just like, yeah, some people think just full out bull run all this, all of a sudden maybe it's possible, but I don't know if we're there
yeah,
quite yet. I mean, because you had this trigger wave there, and then you just came right down. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't mess with XLM. I don't really like it, but yeah.
yeah. I haven't traded that or anything.
What makes me want to hold off on the alts though is when I look at like total two versus let me move this over a little bit. I think I got or yeah, when I look at like total two versus Bitcoin, this looks like it just wants to continue to fall off a cliff here in terms of this money flow. That's why I really think like September, October is the sweet spot. There's just so many people I feel like FOMOing into kind of the alts right now, and it's just not
Yeah,
gonna give them the best outcome. And then ETH versus Bitcoin just looks so bad. That's what I think, man.
yeah.
Last
So we,
one we'll look at. Probably gonna get off in a couple minutes, but last one. There's a few more that they Chainlink people are saying looks good now. I would kind of beg to differ a little bit. Looks the same
they
as
all
everything
have
else.
that weekly bull div.
Yeah. Do you like Chainlink?
Oh yeah, I own some link. Yeah, I have some chain link. But that's probably in the red. Like my hodl bag, I have chain link. Yeah. Trading it recently, I haven't. No, I haven't really traded link. I can't remember when's the last time I traded it. But
Mm,
like all these bull divs we see on the weekly time frame, the only reason we got a green dot on momentum wave, guys, is because it's pumped up. So it's made a green dot. So a lot of people might get excited for that green dot and think now's the time, but now's the time to get in. But remember, it only printed a green dot because the prices went up. And usually the price will reach a resistance level um, after a weekly green dot like that. And even though we have a green dot, we'll probably come back down again. And it'll
yeah.
still be green. That doesn't mean it'll take away the green dot on the weekly. It'll still be green. For traders, we might be looking at some resistance to short it. That's kind of because I know a lot of people they'll see it, they'll get excited about one indicator, one green dot on a time frame, and they'll want to go long and not realize they're hitting resistance. Um,
It is. It's hitting a volume area low as well, which is a big point there for that whole range it was
right.
in for freaking, oh man, over a year. And then it broke down, and now you're retesting that. So you got to break above where we are now. I'm not saying you can't, but yeah, I agree with you, man. I mean, a 10-hour look, there are some bullish things on here, but I don't know. Let's look at this against Bitcoin for a second. Yeah, just straight down against Bitcoin. Now, if you look at the 2 week there, I want to see these hike-ins start to turn green a bit, kind of like there, that June of last year rally. Maybe we could repeat something like that for the next few
Yeah,
months. Maybe, but that 2 week, or maybe the bull div, if we could get that in a 2 week. Also, the weekly, yeah, we want to get some green hike and ashies, but yeah, I don't know. This might come, I mean, I think a lot of the alts can bleed another 40, 50% against Bitcoin, maybe. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like just me right now. It's just like, I'm just trying not to like overcomplicate it. I'm just trying to accumulate Bitcoin, you know?
yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
It, it, I think we're getting closer to regulation overall, and I like how governments are talking about it more.
they're gonna
My
vote. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if you saw, they're gonna vote on regulation in a couple months, I think. Stable coins and like something else in the House and Senate.
Yeah.
So at that point, that may be because maybe post regulation, like it would be a sell off, maybe at the post of it, and then it would come up a bit. I don't know though, but because I know there's gonna be stuff in there that everybody's gonna be screaming about, like, oh, they're not letting us do this. You know, what I mean, it's bad. You know, but
Yeah. But we're talking about it. I think we're getting closer. And I think a lot of coins will probably, you know, fall off the hill eventually because of that. That'll leave the better fundamental coins, you know, to survive. That'll leave Bitcoin, that'll leave Ethereum and all these other coins that actually have a good utility in the world.
yeah,
So
yeah,
and those are
100%,
the
man.
ones that are in my hodl bag. Those are the, you know, I have a little hodl bag where I keep them. You know, I have about like 6 or 7 really uh, some coins I believe in going into maybe 4 to 8 years from now. Um,
What
and
are
we'll
some of
see.
those? What are like some ones you really like? Like maybe give us maybe three or four or something that you know.
Yeah, no, I got V Chain.
Okay.
About that one. I have V Chain. I bought V Chain at a quarter of a penny. That's what my first. I bought more after that, but that was my first
Wow.
investment, a quarter of a penny.
Let's see how much
That
you're up
was
on that. Jeez.
yeah. I got into a lot of these coins at Jesus in 2017 majority, and then I bought a lot during COVID. Um,
Mm.
so we had a couple nice dumps. So V Chain is one of them.
You got a
Theta,
hundred X with that, Jesus, at one point.
yeah, at one point.
Wow.
Um, I said Theta, V Chain, Chainlink. Um, those there's three right there that I believe in, and of course Ethereum.
Oh
And to
yeah.
be honest, you know, even though I'm into crypto, I don't own any Bitcoin unless I'm like trading it.
That's what I may get to that point later this year. I like right now, like if you told me you didn't own like any Bitcoin at all and you just had all coins, I would say you're crazy. But like if you told me that in a few months when Bitcoin dominates at like 55%, then it would be more like now I think it's like it's very risky to not have any Bitcoin and just be like all alts because I think a lot of them will bleed against Bitcoin. But in a few
Yeah.
months, I may convert most, if not all, of my Bitcoin. Like ETH would become my biggest position. I would be like really heavy ETH, maybe like 60, 70% ETH, and then 30% like the rest, like just all coins.
Yeah.
And then, like, I mean, most likely that you would do well. Like, you'd do at least a 10 to 20x the next bull run with that, I would think.
Yep. I think so. I think in a year from now, after the halving, I think the halving's gonna, as long as we don't have no catastrophic event, I think the halving will serve us all well in crypto. Um, and
Yeah.
even including alts, they might not pump as hard as Bitcoin will, but they do pump. They still pump some.
Yeah. We'll do something. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Do you have
Sure.
anything to? And by the way, guys, if you want to see some exclusive TA by me, Josh, or Crypto Bullzone here in Lanicor, who was here earlier, they have channels in the premium, the VIP Aldo Empire VIP Discord. Link down below. There's also a free version down below. So check it out. We have had a lot of really good TA and trades in there. It's a really great community. Check it out if you guys are interested. So yeah, man. Anything else you wanna mention?
No, I think because I think most of this community is traders. I think you know it's wise for people to, you know, when you make profits on a trade. I think this is what I do, but I think it's wise for people when you make profits on a trade to put some of those profits into a hodl bag and get ready for the next Bitcoin halving. That's what I think. I think the halving will provide a lot of liquidity into these markets and probably pump a lot of these coins back up. And that's what I'm doing. Whenever I make profits on a trade, I usually allocate some money back into a hodl bag.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, man. I couldn't have said it myself. Nobody ever went broke taking profits. Don't get too greedy. Fear and greed, the two biggest enemies in the world, the two biggest vices. Be in a good position for next bull run. Right now, mainly focusing on Bitcoin, but I think all coins. I mean, if you got strong stomach, if you're able to hold them for a few years, probably be good. But yeah. Anyway, man, I will see you. Go on.
All right, Evan.
Thanks
We'll
so much.
talk later.
Peace.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.
All right, guys. So it was Crypto Bull Zone and Lanicor. Had a great conversation with both of them. And hopefully you guys got something out of that. As of right now, as we were saying, potentially come up a little bit higher. Don't know, though. A little bit of a choppy market. We'll see what we can do here. We'll see if anything will kind of play out. Bouncing around this area. Hopefully we'll hold the volume area high for long position. If you guys, like I just mentioned, check out the Discord down below. We're still got a couple days left, I believe, for the trading competition with MEXC. Check that out down below, only with my link down below as well. And also check out FAIRDESK. One lucky person who signs up this week and places one futures trade with my link down below will get a $100 bonus. So, I mean, obviously, your odds are pretty good for that. So check it out, link down below. Anyway, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the Discord.